Good evening, everyone. My name is Pat Motion. I'm here with Colin Wrench to introduce our virtual concert, which will start momentarily. Before we roll the music, Colin, I would like to ask you how this idea was born and how it all came together for this night.
This idea was the brainchild of my fellow board member, Rasha Al-Nabari, who wanted to host a nice way to celebrate, to be grateful during this time of thanks, especially in light of the somewhat difficult year we've had, and as a way to hopefully start on what might become a series of fun concerts featuring PPMD community members.
Like us. And actually, Colin and myself are musicians, and we're actually going to be in the show, and we're going to be hosting this evening, and every now and then checking in with you and introducing the acts and throwing things back and forth. So he's Colin Wrench. I'm Pat Motion, and we'd like to kick the show off right now, actually, with a very, very good friend of mine named Jim Felker, playing acoustic guitar on the Eagles classic Peaceful Easy Feeling, and I'm doing a little backup percussion. And we're going to follow that by Didn't Plan It with a tune called Boston Girl. So enjoy the beginning of the show, and we'll see you back here in a little while.
One, two, one, two, three. I like the way a sparkling evening's day said, tell me where and then I'll go. He said, trust me, angel, you don't wanna know. 27 outs complete. The crowd spills onto Lansdowne Street. Angel, let's be more than friends, but this is where their story ends. Angel with her angel eyes, in the light a sicko sign, sees what you could not believe. A New York Yankees tattoo under his sleeve. So she took him to the tunnels, to the city underground. Got him lost and left him there for dead, for dead. Round and round he goes. Where's his next stop? He don't know. He blew through his Charlie died days ago. From a student to commuter, can't find his Boston girl. She's a Boston girl. Well, she might have been a Back Bay beauty. She could have been a South End cutie. She could have been a Charlestown lady. She could have been his North End baby. Where's my Boston girl? Where's my Boston girl? Well, in his mind and in his dreams, she could have been his evil empire queen. She's a Boston girl.
Thank you for that great tune, Didn't Plan It, Boston Girl. Now, Pat, I bet that Boston Girl, she seems like a pretty hip gal. I bet she's tuning into this concert. Well, number one, she had a tune named after her, so that's pretty cool. And two, she loves Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy, so that's great. And this next tune is about a boy, so kind of a little dichotomy there. It will feature myself and my wonderfully gifted brother, Henry Wrench. And after that, we have a great treat for you guys. PPMD community member, Anthony DeVirgilo, who is a budding songwriter, is collaborating with his friend, Gabby Lasasso, who will be performing a tune with lyrics that Anthony wrote recently. Finally, we'll be having a wonderful little bluesy number by New York-based PPMD community dad, Peter Bernstein. So enjoy.
Was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea, a little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. Then one day, one magic such a day he came my way. And as we spoke of men, things, fools and kings, this he said to me, the greatest thing we'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return.
Hey, I hope everybody out there is doing great so far tonight. And if you haven't noticed, our theme here for Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy's virtual show is that somebody in every act has a connection to Duchenne Becker muscular dystrophy. So we hope you've enjoyed everything so far, and we're going to keep the show right on rolling. But first, Colin, I don't know if you've heard this one before. Since we're talking about music here in general, I don't know if you heard the one about the three people that passed, and they're headed up to the gates, and they're hanging out, and they get to St. Peter, and St. Peter says to the first guy, "Well, come on in, but first tell me what you did." And the guy says, "Well, I actually down in my time I was a researcher, and I found new ways to treat cancer. I made a ton of money at the same time, and did great things for the world." St. Peter says, "Oh, come on in, that's awesome, good for you." Second guy goes up and says, "Hey, St. Peter, I ran a huge business. I made a ton of money as well, but I gave millions of dollars to Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy in my will." And St. Peter says, "Wow, that's great. You know, they could definitely use the money. Come on right through the gates." The third guy comes in, and he's kind of looking at the floor. He's kind of forlorn, and he says, "Man, I only made $5,000 in my entire life." St. Peter says, "Oh, what instrument did you play?" Da-dum. That's a little joke for the musicians out there, since most of us musicians are poor. I know. Speaking of people that are not poor, we're going to carry the show on right now with a student of mine. This gentleman's name is Sam Safford, and he's one of my students. I teach drum lessons, and him and his friend Joshua Paul Pritchett will be doing a tune called Rain and Sand, and this is actually their official video. You can find their music on Spotify, like a lot of these people tonight. After that, we're going to continue on with some Brahms by a gentleman named Paul Folenko. And then Cooper Jones is going to entertain us with two songs, Times Like These and Nutshell. So enjoy the next part of the show.
pictures on the wall don't look at all like they used to. Landscape doesn't look the same from this avenue. Memories become your reveries. Now you're desperate. Remember a time when you used to shine. You could taste it. Put your head down in the sand, crying out loud. You gotta stand. Put your heart down for the night. Crying now as you kiss the bite. Someday I know I'll die. Waves, bright light. Now the waves are crashing by. Late my life. I've been washed upon shore of a strange island. They are knocking on the door. Place I hide in. Put your head down, stand, crying out loud. You gotta stand. Put your guard down for the night. Crying now as you kiss the light. Rain drops coming down, coming down. Tell me it'll be alright, it'll be alright. Answers, not now, oh, not now. Oh, you
Hi, my name's Cooper Jones from Redondo Beach, California, and I'll be playing a couple songs. I'm going to start with Times Like These by Foo Fighters. I'm one man motorway. I'm the one that drives away and follows you back home.
I am a new day rising. I'm a brand new sky that hangs the stars upon tonight. I am a little divided. Do I say or run away and leave it all behind? Whoa, it's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these, time and time again. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these, time and time again.
Now we playing Nutshell by Alice in Chains.
We face this pretty lies. We face the path of time. And yet I fight this battle on my own. No one to cry to, no place to call home. Guilt and self is rape. My privacy is weak. And yet I find repeating in my head. If I can't be my own, I'd feel better dead.
Thank you.
Thank you for that double feature, Cooper. I always love to see younger musicians come into their own, so that's wonderful. Next up, we have a fun number by Mark Zenobio, another community friend of ours, playing My Hero. After that, Paul Folenko will again come on and perform another lovely little number, Allegro in G.
Following those two numbers, we have Peter Bernstein playing Lullaby for Bruno, and that will bear some explanation a little later in the show. And then we have our good friend, Dr. John Finder, who is a longtime ally of Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy and a doctor. And a lot of people don't know this. He plays a mean bluegrass banjo. So he's going to be playing an old tune called Darling, Think of What You Done. So enjoy these next numbers.
Talk about. Take your pictures down, shake it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, take it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Don't the best of them bleed it out, while the rest of them peter out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, erase it around. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. Kudos, my hero, leaving all the mess. You know my hero, the one that's all, yeah. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary.
everyone. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful evening of music and harmony together. We have so much talent in our community. And the next song is written by a famous jazz musician and Duchenne dad, Peter Bernstein. He wrote this song for his son, Bruno. And although we may not all be as gifted as Peter, we can certainly relate to work dedicated or in honor of our kids with Duchenne. I hope you enjoy this song as much as I did.
right. Thank you, Dr. Finder. Wow, I don't know what that darling had done, but man, if she gets songs like that written for her, she must be pretty special. Well, thank you all for tuning into this special night of music by PPMD community members. We hope it's been a nice, relaxing evening for you, and hopefully a fun distraction from all the quarantining and all that sort of fun shenanigans going on. And we hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving week.
Before we close, we would be remiss without again thanking our board member Rasha Anabari for putting the fire under this idea, and also the entire staff of Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy that worked a lot behind the scenes to bring this show together this evening. And we hope this is going to be the first of many community shows. There's an awful lot of talent out there, and we'd definitely like to tap into some more of it and show more of this in the future. So hopefully you enjoyed tonight's show, as Colin just said. And speaking of Colin, Colin and his talented brother Henry are now going to take us home and close the show with a great Louis Armstrong classic called What a Wonderful World. We wish you happy holidays. Stay safe, everybody. And thank you very much for tuning in tonight to our community performance. Good night, everybody.
I see trees with green and red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, some sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow.